Good morning. Some people coming in. Good morning, guys. So for those of you that are coming in, just making sure that you've got a cushion, or if anybody suffers with any knee injuries, just making sure that you have a blanket or something to cushion the knees. Just wait a couple more minutes. Good morning. Some more people coming through. I'm just going to wait a couple more minutes for those of you that are here already. I was just mentioning, if anybody has any knee injuries, just make sure that you've got a cushion or a blanket to soften the knees when we're doing lunges. Oh, I think there's some. Just going to wait one more minute, guys. Okay, let's get started. So good morning to you guys that are here. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you've had a really lovely start to your week already and a great weekend. And I hope this yoga class makes you feel ready for your day ahead and also for the rest of the week. Cool. So firstly, just always like to give Venetrix a big shout out and thank you so much for having me here. It looks like you guys have been having a really busy week recruiting candidates in New York. So massive congratulations to you guys. A lot can happen within a week, hey? Cool. So let's get started and coming on to the main focus of today's class, which is discipline. So yoga helps us find that healthy balance between too much discipline and not enough. So there is a book called Yoga Sutras. This book was written sometime between 500 BC and 400 CE. It's basically a book about the aphorisms and practice of yoga. So there's 196 different sutras, and one of them is self-discipline. So by the little heading that says discipline, says the willingness to give us the ability to create. So basically my look on that is the more things that we learn, the more new ideas that we have. And we as humans are constantly learning and growing. And I think that is one of the most exciting things about life and also a key to success. So yoga helps us to be more mentally and physically disciplined, allowing us to let go of fears and situations that may have been holding us back from what we are wanting to achieve. So before we get going as well, just a gentle reminder that this class is for all levels. So for beginners, I will explain modifications and variations. And for more intermediate and advanced, I'll go through a few deeper stretches as well, but the class will be at a good pace for everybody. And again, for those that have just joined as well, good morning, and just making sure the only equipment you need is perhaps a cushion or a blanket if you suffer with any knee injuries when we are doing some lunges. Cool, so let's get going. We're going to start with a meditation, and then we'll come on to the warm-up, a flow sequence. We'll end in Savasana, which is a laying down relaxation of the muscles that we've just used, and then we'll end with some positive affirmations as well. So coming into a cross-legged position. So to begin with, this position is called Sukhasana. And you want to make sure that your knees are lower than your hips. If you can feel tension and your back is curving, so this would be the great time to bring forward that cushion, slide that underneath the base of the spine. That will help elevate your body off of the ground. Your knees will be able to go down lower than your hips, and therefore improving your posture and also feeling ease throughout the body through this meditation. So now everybody finding this cross-legged position and taking a deep inhale, raising your shoulders up, and exhale, pulling the shoulders back and down, creating that space between the neck and shoulders. And then if you haven't already, slowly start to close your eyes. So we'll start with 3 deep breaths, allowing us to connect the breath with our bodies. So taking a deep inhale, feeling your stomach expand. And then exhale through the mouth. So you want to completely let go of any tension on the exhales. And let's go again. So inhale. And exhale. Surrender in this breath. For this last deep breath, we're going to take 1 deep inhalation. So feel your body rise and your lungs filling up with air, oxygen. And this time, choice to breathe out or sigh out if it feels good for you this morning. And let's neutralize our breath. So inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. And we're starting to create a steady rhythm with our breath, and we'll take this with us in our practice today. And also knowing that you can take this with you throughout the rest of your day. Whenever you encounter any stressful situations. So if you aren't used to meditating regularly, you may find it challenging to switch off and allow the thoughts to have authority over you. So we need to realize it's not all about completely switching off, but more listening, understanding, and detaching ourselves from the thoughts. So think of you as a person outside of your body, simply observing. And knowing that you need discipline to be able to sit and listen and be patient. So let's just simply observe the breath. Listening to the pace of your breath. How is it making you feel? And then we'll come on to observing our body. So observing any sensations, any discomfort. And lastly, coming on to our thoughts. Don't serve any judgment, just acknowledge them. And the more you acknowledge your thoughts, the more control you will have over them. So we'll just take a few more deep breaths in this meditation. So everybody, deep inhale and exhale through the mouth. And then really slowly, in your own time, start to open your eyes. Cool, so let's come on to our warm-up. So we're going to stay in this Sukhasana position. For those that have just come through, we want to make sure that our spine is aligned. So if you could feel that your back is curving and your knees are higher than your hips, bringing forward a cushion or a block, and we'll slide that underneath the base of the spine, and then that will help us align and find our posture for the practice. So bringing our hands towards our knees, and we're going to place pressure towards the hands and the knees towards the hands. And we're going to take an inhale, broadening the chest, bringing the shoulders back and lifting the chin up slightly. And then exhale, we're going to do the complete opposite. Curve the back, bring the shoulders forward. And again, inhalation. And exhale. Inhale. So allowing your knees to help you push forwards, and then create that balance whenever you lean back. So keep going at your own pace and remembering to use your breath. So inhale and exhale. So remembering that this is a warm-up, so we are waking up muscles and gently activating them before we come into the flow sequence. And also just waking them up from our sleep this morning and breathing into that tension and stiffness. So let's do one last one. Inhale and take an exhale. And then come back to neutralizing the spine here and just detach the hands from the knees. So bringing your legs, if they're not already, more in this cross-legged position, flex the feet and crossing the shins. So we're going to take an inhale, raising your both arms up, and then exhale, leading with your chest. We're going to start to fall forward. So only go as far as your body allows you to. You can come up onto your palms here. You can lower down your forearms, or if you have the flexibility for it, you can bring your chest all the way down. So you'll be able to feel there's a nice stretch within your glutes. So when you're there, you can either stay still or you can rock the torso from side to side. And by doing this, you'll be able to feel this targets other parts of our glutes. So keep breathing. And also loosening up our lower back. If you're used to sitting down all day in the office, working from home, it's really important that we stretch out our glutes and our hamstrings. So if anybody suffers with any lower back pains or aches, then before diagnosing it with a bad back, knowing it could be really tight glutes and hamstrings. So we'll focus on that today as well. So on this next inhale, planting the palms down to help lift the body up, and then detaching the legs, and we'll come onto the other side. So crossing whatever leg you didn't have in front now, flexing the feet, crossing the shins, taking an inhalation, and then we'll exhale, leading with the chest. And again, feeling that glute stretch on the other side now. So choice, palms up to support you, forearms down, or full forward fold. And again, completely up to you if you want to rock the torso from side to side. Targeting other parts of the glutes as well. And remembering to keep using your breath. And relax any muscles within the face as well. More muscles you relax. In the face, you're sending those good messages up towards the brain. And release, and using our palms to help lift the body up here. And then next, we're going to take an inhale, raising our both arms up. So we're going to start to find that distance between the neck and shoulders, so aiming to keep the arms straight. Take an inhale, raising the shoulders up, and then exhale, keeping them straight and pushing the shoulders back and down. And again, inhale and exhale. And we'll keep going. Inhale and exhale. So this is a really great exercise to find our posture. You may feel a few clicks and cracks within the shoulder. That is perfectly normal. You're releasing any toxins or any stress built up in our chest and shoulders here. Take an inhale, and then we'll exhale, release. One last posture in this cross-legged position. We're going to bring the right hand to the outside of the left knee, anchor down the left hand behind you. Take an inhale, pull your body up and out, and then exhale. We're going to create a slight twist here. So only going as far as your body allows you to. So you might be going diagonal to the side, or perhaps you have the flexibility to be able to look over your left shoulder. So we're hydrating the spinal discs here. Twisting helps us basically unblock any blockages and allows us to get the blood nutrients flowing freely. So lots of great benefits for twisting. And then take an inhale, we're going to come back round to the front, give the body a shake, and we'll come to the other side. So anchoring down the right hand, bringing the left hand to the outside of the knee, pulling up and out, and then we're going to exhale, gazing over our right shoulder this time. And start to feel that your spine is perhaps feeling more flexible than it did when we started. And enjoy that euphoric feeling of improving the mobility within our torso and spine. And again, taking an inhale, and we'll come back to center. So we're going to come into a position called Dandasana. So straightening out the legs here, and we're going to flex the feet, and we're going to pull the kneecaps up, engage the quads, the hamstrings, anchor down the hands behind us. Our legs should be so engaged that our heels pop off the mat slightly. Think about really lifting the body up here. So even though we're just sitting upright, we are building muscles within our pelvis, our abdominals, and our lower back. So aiming to keep all muscles as engaged as possible, taking an inhale, and then we're going to exhale, tilt the head over towards the right-hand side here. So you should start to feel your body warming up in this posture as we are engaging all of our muscles. Take an inhale, coming back to center, and then we'll exhale, tilt the head over towards the left-hand side this time. And the more that you push that right hand down, the deeper you'll feel that within the right-hand side of the neck. We'll do it one more time each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, tilt towards the right-hand side, feeling that nice stretch along the left-hand side of the neck. Inhale, center, and then exhale. Let's go towards the left-hand side. And inhale up. Relaxing the legs now, shaking them out. And we're going to come to rolling down our spine here, vertebrae by vertebrae. Anchoring down the left foot, we're going to bring your right to cross over. So our right knee is going out towards the side, flexing the right foot. And we're going to take an inhale, interlock the fingers behind the back of the left thigh, and coming into threading the needle of the leg, a nice glute stretch. So the right knee is going out towards the side as much as possible, so we can work on opening our hip as well here. So really trying to pull that left knee as close as it will go towards the chest to feel the full benefits of this stretch here. Keep breathing into it. So whenever you're feeling resistance, you can breathe through it. Pulling that leg a little bit closer towards the chest here. And then exhale, release. We're going to cross that right leg over. Bring both arms out to shoulder level. Taking an inhale and then exhale. We're going to let the knees fall down to the left-hand side and gaze over your right shoulder here. So coming into a supine twist. If that's too intense, then you can release both knees and just bring them just together instead of crossed. So listening to your body, what does it feel good to do right now? Breathing deeply. And then inhale, we'll come back to center. And let's come onto the other side this time. Anchoring down the right foot, left foot on top of the right knee. And then we'll bring that right knee up towards the chest, interlocking the fingers and pulling that right knee towards the chest. So it feels really invigorating to stretch first thing in the morning. As mentioned, you're releasing toxins before your day from what you may have gathered through your sleep, making you feel very light and free, and therefore creating lots of energy for your day. So taking a few more deep breaths. And then we'll exhale, lowering down the right foot. And this time we'll cross the left over the right, bringing both arms out to the side again. And then we'll drop the knees over towards the right-hand side, gazing over towards our left. Again, modification. You can disconnect the knees here and just bring them together instead of crossed. So what feels good on your lower back right now? And taking a few breaths here. And then let's come back to center. We're going to bring the knees into a tight ball, lift the head up. So you're really coming in, so you can really wrap the shins here. And then we're going to take an exhale, do the complete opposite. So feel like your feet in your hands have a piece of string, pulling them either end of the mat. Feeling that nice stretch. And okay, we'll do that again. So inhale, coming into that tight ball. And then exhale, release. And we'll do a few more of these. So inhale, feel the difference between your muscles crunched together and then elongate. We'll do a few more. Inhale and exhale. One last one. Inhalation, coming into that tight ball. And then exhale. And now we're going to start to transfer to coming onto the top. So bringing both feet to the floor. We're going to rock and come into a tight ball on the side of the body. Using our left hand to push us up. That's when we come up and it prevents any dizziness. Rock forward and we'll come onto all fours here. So protecting your knees if you need to. We're going to come into a few cat-cows. So taking an inhale, dropping the abdomen down towards the ground, broadening the shoulders, gazing forward, cow. Exhale, again, do the complete opposite. Curve the back, engaging the stomach, coming into a cat. Inhalation. And exhale. Finding that flexibility within the spine here. Inhalation. And exhale. So doing a few more at your own pace, keeping on the breathing. So inhale and exhale. Inhalation and exhale. Taking a few more. Inhale And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Calming back to neutral. So just doing whatever feels good for you right now in this for tabletop. So you can shake the hips from side to side. You can roll the shoulders. Circular motion with the knees down towards the mat. Just doing what feels good for your body here. And enjoying that freedom of movement. And then now we're going to tuck the toes under. Let's lift the hips up and we'll come into our first downward facing dog. So choice to paddle out the heels here if that feels good, as the backs of our legs may feel quite tight again after a night's sleep. We want to stick the tailbone up into the air, engaging the shoulder blades, rolling the shoulders back and down, creating that even weight between the hands and the feet. So if you can feel your weights further on your hands, then try and push back. You can peel the heels off, bend the knees, and breathe in deeply. Knowing that your downward facing dog is your anchor, so come into this position whenever you need a breather or a rest. And now let's walk our feet towards the top of the mat here. And we're going to hang it over like a rag doll. So you can grip onto your elbows, swing from side to side. You can bend your knees as well. Don't place pressure on yourself to have to straighten them. Just enjoying feeling your hamstrings elongate. Again, bringing it back to that tightness of the lower back. It could be tight hamstrings. So really breathing deeply into each stretch here. And now let's roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, allowing your head to be the last thing to come up. And choice to leave your hands either side, or you can bring them up into prayer position. And for a brief moment, just closing your eyes. So let's set some intentions for this class. How do you want to feel? How do you want the rest of your day to go? And coming back to the main focus of the class, discipline. So finding and knowing that you being here is discipline within itself. You going off to work is discipline again. So not placing too much pressure on yourself to be in the deepest of stretches. Find that healthy balance between self-discipline. And let's have a good practice. Exhale, release the hands, coming towards the top of the mat. And coming into a standing position, completely engaging all muscles in the body, gazing forward. This is called Samasthiti. Taking an inhale, raising your both arms up. Exhale, swan diving forward, leading with the chest. We're going to come into a forward fold, knees bent or straight. Inhale, half lift, bringing your hands to your shins, gazing forward, creating a flat back. Exhale, planting the palms down. We're going to step into a high plank. So choice, you can lower your knees and then lower your chin and chest, or you can come into a full Chaturanga Dandasana without lowering the body, and then you untuck the toes, come into an upward facing dog, or you have the choice to lower the forearms down, coming into a Sphinx. Everybody exhale, tucking the toes under, lifting the hips up, downward facing dog. Ujjayi breaths, deep breathing, inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Starting to create heat and energy within our bodies now. Gaze into your hands at the top of the mat. And you can take as many steps as you'd like, or one step to join your hands. And we're going to come back into that forward fold, so knees bent or straight. Inhale, raising your both arms up. Exhale, finding that Samasthiti again. And let's do that again. So inhale, raising your both arms up. Exhale, swan diving forward, leading with the chest into that forward fold, knees bent or straight. Inhale, half lift, creating that flat back. Exhale, planting the palms down, finding that high plank, knees to floor, or you can come into a full press. You can come into an upward facing dog with your hips off the floor, or Sphinx. And then exhale, tuck the toes under, lift the hips up, finding your downward facing dog. So these are called sun salutations. And you can do a sun salutation at any time throughout your day. A couple of them warm up the muscles. You work on connecting your breath with your body. And it's a very therapeutic, calming form of meditation with movement. So gaze into your hands at the top of the mat. We're going to take a step to join them. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, raising our both arms up. Exhale, finding that Samasthiti. And here we go. Inhale, we'll pick up the pace slightly, raising your both arms up. Exhale, swan diving forward, finding that forward fold. Always choice of knees bent or straight. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, planting the palms down, finding that high plank, knees to floor or full press. Inhale, upward facing dog or Sphinx again. And then exhale, lifting the hips up, finding that downward facing dog. So now lowering both knees down towards the mat. We're going to extend the left leg out towards the side here. So toes are on the floor. Anchoring down our right hand. And then we're going to inhale, lifting the left arm up. And we're going to come into a nice side bend. So I'll face you to do this. So finding that nice side stretch here. So the more that you extend the arm and the leg away from each other, the deeper the stretch along the side of the body. So taking a few more breaths. And then exhale, connecting hands to knees. We'll come onto the other side. So bringing out the right leg this time. Inhale, bring that right arm over the head. Finding that nice side stretch. Pulling back that right shoulder. If it's collapsing forward, then really focus on opening the chest and you'll feel that a nice stretch within the shoulders as well. And then exhale, circling around, coming back to all fours. Tucking the toes under, finding downward facing dog. So using that technique that we did in meditation, finding observation within the body. How is it feeling? And then inhale, gaze into your hands at the top of the mat, taking a few steps or one step, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, raising your both arms up. Exhale, Samasthiti. And now staying at the front of the mat, I'm just going to face you. Inhale, raising your both arms up, and exhale, we'll come into a forward fold here, and just pause here. So you can bring your hands to your shins, you can bring them to your ankles, or you can bring them to the floor. Or you can come into something called Padangusthasana, using your peace fingers, your index and your middle finger, and wrapping them around your big toes here. Taking an inhale and then exhale, elbows out towards the sides of the mat here, leading with your chest, finding that forward fold. So knowing that you can always come into a nice forward fold throughout your day. If you're feeling that achy pain within your lower back, I recommend coming into a hamstring stretch, finding this Padangusthasana as well. The more you lift up your big toes, the more you'll be able to feel it going into your calves as well as the back of the knees. So breathing deeply into that resistance, allowing the hamstrings to loosen. And now everybody release your hands wherever they are, taking a half lift. And now exhale, lowering the palms down towards the mat, finding that high plank. And again, we're going to come into our chaturanga, so knees to floor, or you could do a full press. Finding that upward facing dog or Sphinx. Tucking the toes under, downward facing dog. Taking an inhale, raising that right leg up, and we're going to bring it forward finding a low lunge here. So right leg is forward, left leg is round the back. So you want this right leg to be in a nice 90-degree angle. If you could feel your toes going further than your heel, then, sorry, your knee going further than your toes, then just shuffle that foot out slightly. We want to protect our Achilles tendons around the back here. And now everybody, bring both arms up into an L shape. So you want your left arm up and your right arm towards the side of you. And then take an inhale, lift the body up, and we're going to go back here, creating a slight arch within the back. So try not to just push the back, go towards that back of the left leg. You want to come up and over. And then exhale, come back to center. We're going to bring the left hand towards the outside of the right knee. We're going to extend the right arm back, and then we're going to exhale, taking the twist here. So you're really feeling this stretch within the left hip ligament, creating that twist within the back. And keep breathing. And then inhale, coming back to center. Everybody lowering your hands to the inside of your right foot. So choice to either stay here, or you can heel toe the foot towards the outside of the right side of the mat here. So you've got more of a distance between both legs. And if you have the flexibility for it, perhaps you want to bring both forearms down towards the ground, or you can just stay up on your palms here. And we're opening up our hips. Again, another reason why your lower back may be hurting is from having tight hips. So again, enjoying stretching these out. You'll be able to feel this in your right groin as well. And then we'll heel toe that right foot back into the center if it's not already. Everybody tucking the left toes under, and we're going to push back into our downward facing dog. Pause in here. And again, enjoying your breathing, neutralizing it before we come on to the next side here. Just keep thinking how great your body is going to feel after this, how it's going to improve a positive mindset for the day as well, and that will affect your performance in work today. So now taking an inhale, we'll lift the left leg up, and we're going to bring it forward, finding that low lunge again. So right knee down towards the ground, untuck the toes, making sure this left leg is in a nice 90-degree angle, and then let's start to lift the body up. So this time we want our left arm out to the side and our right hand up, coming into that nice L shape. Pull yourself up and out of the body, and then we'll lift and come back. If anybody feels a pinch in their lower back, then just ease up a bit. Don't place too much pressure on yourself to have to go all the way back. Keep breathing. And then exhale, coming up. Bringing that right hand towards the outside of the left knee, bringing that left arm back, and we're going to create a nice twist here. So using the pressure between your hand and your knee to help twist the body, bringing both shoulders down. And if your body allows you to, perhaps you can go slightly deeper, feeling it within that right hip ligament. And exhale, calming back to center. Anchoring down both hands towards the inside of the left foot. Choice to either stay here, or you can heel toe the left foot to the outside of the left side of the mat here, creating more space within the inner thighs. And doing what you did on the other side to keep it even. Either staying up on your palms, or you can bring your forearms all the way down to the ground, feeling it deeper within your left groin. So always listening to your body. What does it need? What feels good for it? And knowing that every single modification or variation I mention is beneficial for all body types. So heel toe that foot back to the center if it's not already. Everybody tuck the right toe under, push the hips back, and we'll find our downward facing dog. We'll take a short child's pose as well. So everybody lower the knees down, connect the feet at the back, rock the hips back to sitting on the heels, reaching the arms forward and trying to bow the head. So child's pose is known as the resting pose in yoga. So you neutralize your breath here. It's kind of like a battery reset. So find the rhythm of your breath again. Neutralize. And we'll reset, recharge, and we'll get ready to come to our next sequence. So here we go. Inhale, rocking forward. Tuck the toes under and let's find our downward facing dog again. Inhale, raising your right leg up. We're going to bring it forward and we're going to find a position called warrior two. So you want your right heel to be in line with the center of your left foot, the left arch. You want your left hip to be coming back, so your body is going in a straight line, arms to shoulder level and lunging down on that right knee. You want your knee to be going over your second toe. So if you could feel it turning in, we need to prevent any knee injuries. So think about externally rotating both hips out. This is your warrior two. So we're going to take a few pulses here. So inhale, raising both arms up, and then we'll exhale, lunging down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. So we're warming up the hips here as well. Inhalation. And perhaps with each lunge and exhale, you could feel your hips becoming more limbered and loose here. Exhale. We'll take one more inhalation. And exhale. Straightening up that right leg. We're going to turn the right toes in. So both feet are facing towards the front of the mat here. Bringing our hands towards our hips. Inhale, peeling and opening up the chest. And we're going to exhale, forward fold. So you can bend your knees here if that feels good. You can lower the hands down towards the mat if they will. Or if not, bringing your hands to your shin. This is called Prasarita Padundasana. Really great posture for our glutes, our inner thighs. Keep breathing into it. And now everybody bringing your hands towards your hips, and we're going to lead with the head here to be able to lift us up. So now we're going to turn the left foot out, can find that warrior two on the other side. So thinking about those techniques, left heel is in line with the center of the right foot, left knee is going over our second toe, right hip is coming back, lunging down, warrior two. And let's find those pulses again. So inhale, straightening both legs, and exhale, release. Inhale. And exhale. Keep going. Remembering to use your breath to create that heat and energy within the body. And our breath also prevents any injury. So allow your muscles the oxygenated blood that it needs. Exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. Straightening up the left leg. This time we're going to turn the right toes out. So both feet are going out to the front and the back of the mat. We're going to inhale, bringing our hands to a cactus shape. And then exhale, we're going to come into something called a goddess squat here. And we'll do a few pulses here. So take an inhale, straightening both legs and arms. And exhale, release. Inhale, so keep going. Think that you're going down in one straight line, so tucking the tailbone under. And again, making sure both knees are going out towards the side and then not rolling forward. Exhale and inhale. And again, exhale and inhale. We're nearly there, guys. Bringing those hands out to shoulder level. Internally rotating the left toes. Finding that warrior two again. And let's cartwheel the hands down, framing the right foot, and let's push back into our downward facing dog. And breathe in. And again, observing how your body feels. Is it feeling good? Have you released all those toxins from your sleep? Allowing the muscles to feel free throughout your day today. And taking a gaze towards your hands, we're going to bend the knees, again taking as many steps as you need, or just one step to join your hands at the top of the mat. Taking an exhale, forward fold. Inhale, raising the both arms up. Exhale, Samasthiti. So we're going to start to transition down towards the floor now. So we're going to come into a position called Uttanasana, which is chair pose. So swooping the arms towards the side of the body, bringing them up, or choice, hands on hip. So the motion of sitting on a chair, your weight wants to be further back on your heels. And from here, you can either lower your hands down to help you, or we're going to peel the heels off and we're going to start to lower the body down towards the mat. And again, either hands on the floor, or if you can, just rocking the legs back, and we're going to bring the legs up. Grab on towards the backs of the leg here. So we're coming into something called Navasana. So we're going to find that discipline within our bodies, building up strength. So choice to either just grab the back of the legs, helping to protect, or you can lift the arms off, or the last one, you can straighten the legs. So finding your variation now. We're going to hold here for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Fall forward. So we're going to do a few of these, knowing that each yoga pose requires strength as well. So it's equally as important to work on strengthening exercises as well as stretching. So let's find that again, rocking back, choice to grab onto the backs of the legs, arms either side, or straightening the legs if you want that challenge, and coming into this. And we're going to hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Nice, guys. We're going to do that one last time. So again, finding your variation. We're going to rock back, engage that abdomen, lift the legs up, choice, holding around the back of the legs, releasing the hands, or challenge to straighten both legs. And this time we're going to stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, fall forward. So rest forward just for now, relaxing our hips, and keep neutralizing that breath. And we're going to start to bring forward some relaxation back in towards this practice. So from that forward fold, start to lift your body up. And we're going to extend the right leg out in front of us and bring this left leg into a half bound here. So we're coming into a position called Janu Srisasana. So leveling out the hips, both hips want to be facing the front of the mat. If your left hip is opening up, then just adjusting this left leg so it comes forward. And everybody take an inhale, raising your both arms up, and then exhale, forward fold. So you can either bring your hands to your shins, your ankles, or you can grab onto your foot here. Or last choice, just bringing the arms down towards the side of the leg. And keep breathing. We're lowering the heart rate. We're bringing calmness towards the mind again. And we're starting to set our intentions for the rest of the day. And always feeling proud of yourself for wanting to better yourself mentally and physically, and taking time out of your morning to be here. Not a lot of people are blessed with that motivation. So definitely should feel proud of yourself. So now taking an inhale, raising both arms up, and exhale, release. We're going to come onto the other side. So bending in, shaking the legs out. We're going to half bound that right leg this time. Exhale, extend the left, finding your position, leveling out the hips, And taking an inhale, raising both arms up, and exhale, forward fold. So choice, shin, ankle, foot, or hands down either side. And again, this practice has also been a focus on stretching out our hamstrings. So no matter how flexible you are, whenever you wake up in the morning, your hamstrings and your glutes feel so tight. So it's really important in the morning that we release that tension. And then that activates muscle memory for the rest of our day, for our legs to feel mobile. And also it helps protect our back. So inhale and exhale. On this next inhale, raising your both arms up, and exhale, release. And now this time we're going to use both legs out in front of us. So our last hamstring stretch, making sure they're straight. Everybody take an inhale, and again, forward fold. We want to aim on your back being straight. If you can feel your head is leading rather than your chest, then you may need to lift the body up slightly. Always thinking about our posture and no matter what stretch we do. Keeping that rhythm of the breath going. And as mentioned before, whenever you feel stressed or if you feel anxious or worried, just always concentrating on your breath, relaxing the nervous system. So now taking an inhale, coming up, and we're going to start to maneuver to laying on our back here. So really slowly rolling down the spine. And we're going to come into a position called happy baby. So bringing the legs up here, so you kind of come into an extended 90-degree angle. And the full posture is gripping onto the outside of the feet and the knees to be coming towards the side of the body, feeling the stretch within the hips. But modification, grabbing onto your ankles or your shins, or you can bend the knees completely, grabbing on to the knees here and opening out to either side so you're still feeling that stretch within the hips. So it may feel silly, happy baby, but it's a really nice therapeutic hip opening posture. Nothing too strenuous. And it just feels good in the body as well. So taking a few more breaths here. And then we're going to bring our knees together. And we're going to come into a Savasana pose. So elongating both legs out down to the top of the mat. Allowing the knees to fall out towards the side so your hips feel completely relaxed. Both arms out towards the side of the body, palms either facing up or down. Shoulders down. Everybody take an inhale. And then on the exhale, feel your body melt towards the mat. And slowly start to close your eyes. Keeping the eyes closed. So the whole point of Savasana is to relax every muscle that we have used this morning. Think of it as a reset, a recharge. And breathing into any discomfort of the body. So we don't take these aches and pains with us for the rest of the day. Let each breath release. And we'll stay here for a few more breaths. So now we're going to start to introduce movement back to the body. So wriggling your toes, wriggling your fingers. We're coming back into our physical vessel. And then really slowly, we're going to roll on towards the right hand side of our body in a fetal position. And using our left hand to push our body up, still trying to keep your eyes closed. And we're going to revisit that Sukhasana cross-legged position at the top of the mat. And we're going to end with some positive affirmations that allows us to think freely and positively about ourselves. So you can either repeat each line back in your own mind or back out loud. I continually take actions that support my highest potential. I continually take actions that support my highest potential. I choose to honor my highest intentions. I choose to honor my highest intentions. I am self-aware and in tune with my strengths and weaknesses. I am self-aware and in tune with my strengths and weaknesses. I will move through this day with a spirit of gratitude. I will move through this day with a spirit of gratitude. So now everybody, let's take a deep inhale and exhale through the mouth. And whenever you're ready, in your own time, start to open your eyes. Namaste, everyone. Namaste to you all. Thank you so much for coming this morning, and I hope it's made you feel really lovely and ready for the rest of your day. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you, Tom. Yep, see you next week, back at 7:15 next Tuesday, and the theme is creativity. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you to Venetrix as well. And yes, I hope you all have a really lovely day today. Thank you.